This is Dr. Sevakant Pathak here to teach motion in one dimension part 2. In part 2, I hope that you have seen carefully in motion in one dimension. In the first lecture, we have seen with different topic here. Let's see one look on that. What is motion and rest concept I have given in this? I have given the concept of distance and displacement also. What is it? Similarity and differences between both distance and displacement. Thereafter we went in speed and velocity. What is a similarity and differences in speed and velocity. We have also gone in detail about the acceleration, which determines the rate of change of velocity. We have went through that. Thereafter we came in the graph. In the beginning of this I told in physics graph speaks a lot. We are in process to understand the graph. What is this and how by the help of this graph we can clearly understand the fundamental of physics of motion in one dimension. So see very carefully. We have taken the first time displacement curve. In time displacement curve means actually it is called displacement versus time. If it is displacement versus time means displacement is on y-axis and time is on x-axis. If it is a straight line means slope is a constant. Slope is constant means velocity constant, no change in velocity. It means body travels. This constant velocity implies that body travel equal distance in equal time. See, this is a very important. Thereafter we have taken example of one. This is only to revise. In a single displacement time curve, two straight lines are given in which B has more slope in comparison to A, which speaks B is moving faster velocity than A. We have already done in the next. Thereafter we have seen one more displacement time curve in which a straight line parallel to the time axis is here given. If any graph is obtained like this, it means that velocity is 0, means body is at rest. Thereafter we have seen one more graph. Displacement time axis, this is a straight line, but this straight line makes obtuse angle with the time axis. In that condition, moving body returns back in same direction, or we can say that it is moving back towards the reference point from where it started its journey. Now we are going to see one more topic. The second part will begin from here. So be careful what is from here. Here is a time displacement, or commonly it is called displacement time graph. In this displacement time graph, it is given in this graph a slope. Different slopes were given. Here in it, we can take 0. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and so on. Here in this case, and it is a 0. Now see, let it is O and A. O to A, there is one slope, constant slope. A to B, another slope. B to C, another, and C to D, C. If in any distance time curve, if we are getting more than one slope, it means that the body is moving with different velocities. In TD graph, of a moving object more than one slope implies that a body is moving more than one velocity. See, here are 4 slope, so it is up to O to A is one velocity. Now velocity changes due to change in slope, because slope actually is equal to slope here in the graph is velocity. Here velocity is 0, slope due to 0 of slope, there is now velocity is decreasing. Here it is given. So see very carefully here, it's mean of this. Now we are going to see one more property of the graph here in displacement time curve. If you are getting a curve in place of a straight line, curve in place of straight line, in that condition the body is moving with variable velocity, means at every moment the velocity of moving object is moving body is changing. So variable velocity, if it is getting more than one curve, here in the case, so for obtaining this velocity at instant here is obtained by it this is delta D, this is delta T in between. So if velocity is a variable, so under this graph, if we are going to see the velocity at instant between A and B, is given by change in displacement by distance by change in time. This is a variable velocity at this instant, is called also velocity at an instant, right? And this velocity at instant, it limit delta t tends to 0. If it is very small, according to calculus, it is dt can be represented. So it is clear that, and this velocity, when we are explaining by this velocity is called instantaneous velocity at instant, instantaneous velocity. If in any during the motion, if velocity changes with time, then we are not able to calculate the velocity. In that condition, we are calculating instantaneous velocity, and instantaneous velocity is obtained by this formula. Be careful. Now see one more thing, one more type of graph here. In this graph is velocity time curve. Before starting a velocity time curve, we want to see here one more type of curve here. See carefully here in this case. We want to see here. Let's see, the place is here available in downside of the page. Here we are, before taking this velocity time curve, once more we are taking one more type of the curve here of distance displacement graph. In this displacement distance graph, see here, one more time. Up curve is here. So be very careful in this. And if it is traveling in upward directions, so this is the displacement and this is time. If any line is given parallel to the distance displacement axis, right, it means that at instant of time the displacement is increasing. It is not possible. It is not possible, right? If no change in time, though, so if no change in time, provided that no displacement. Displacement occurs with the time. It's very important. Now see, we are going to see one more type of curve. This is a velocity time graph or velocity time curve. Here in velocity time curve also, velocity we are representing on y-axis and time on x-axis. 0, let velocity 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Very carefully see. And here time is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. This time is, suppose we are taking in second and velocity is in meter per second. If you are getting a graph, the velocity of object is constant. This is straight line. Here it is given from A to B. See very carefully here in this case. In velocity time curve. See very carefully. If due to increase in time, velocity is constant, it means body is moving with uniform velocity. That is, no change in magnitude of velocity and direction. No change in both, neither in direction nor in value of velocity, magnitude of velocity. Here in this case, clear? So straight line here represent uniform velocity. One thing. Second, if you determine the area when it is moved from here to here in it, see in this, when you draw in it, area here in it, see it is velocity axis, and y graph when we see it is 3 meter per second, and when we see the time it is 0 from 7, it means it is 7 seconds. So it is a rectangle. If we are saying this is initial point and it is a B, C, D, suppose here. So area of ABCD is equal to length into breadth. So it is velocity into time. Velocity is given 3 meter per second into time is 7 second. So it is 21 meter. Actually this denotes displacement. Velocity and time. So see here the formula, displacement is equal to velocity into time. So here area of enclosed path See, we are taking some space here of the above article. Area of enclosed path determines displacement. See very carefully here in the case. Here is same type of graph. See very carefully. One more type of concept we can develop in case of velocity time curve. If we are getting, we can make a scales also 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and so on. Here 0, 1, 2, 3, 5, 6, 7. It is in second. Let we are taking this is meter per second, and we are getting the formula in such a case. See very carefully from here. This is see very carefully in this case. Let a body is move from A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E here. In this case, and we want to obtain the displacement in the case. See very carefully. Here A to B, it travels with uniform velocity, that is 3 meter per second. Uniform velocity. Now see, it is from B dash to C, or you can even say B to C, because here this is no time is 0 means no change in velocity, no change in distance. So B to C, it travels with velocity 2 meter per second. Here another rectangle. It is rectangle number 1. It is rectangle number 2. Now 3. Here C dash to D, no rectangle is formed. Here straight line. It means no distance, no area is here, no distance traveled. Now D to E. See carefully. It is in the direction of negative 4th quadrant. It means that body is here higher speed, lower speed, rest, and then with negative velocity. It means it is moving in opposite directions. So how can we obtain this displacement here in this case? Displacement is equal to area of rectangle 1, area of rectangle 1 plus area of rectangle 2. So it is now down, moving back, and the displacement is the shortest distance between initial and the final point. So it becomes now minus area of rectangle 3. Now see, here in case area of rectangle 1. So it is 3 and it is 2. Velocity is 3, time is 2 here in this case, 3 into 2. Second is this, CU, velocity is 2 and time is 2. It is from 2 to 4. So it is 2 into 2 minus area of rectangle 3. See here, velocity is minus up to 2 and time is 1. it is 2 into 1. So it is 6 plus 4 minus 2 is equal to 8 meter. So if it is asked in the question, what is the travel distance? So distance is here in case is a different answer, total path covered. So in that condition it become 3 plus 4 plus 2 all added. So it becomes 12. But if it is asked displacement, displacement means shortest distance from initial to final point, then it is only 8. So see, this is a graph. It shows that body is moving with different speeds, and if it is given in the fourth quadrant, it means body is moving back towards the initial point. So this must be clear to everybody. Now see one more thing which can be understood by this graph. Here by same graph, this same graph is between velocity versus time. This is called velocity versus time graph. Here in this graph, a straight line is given. Either in graph, this is a straight line or curve is given. If we obtain it, straight line gives means straight line means from O to A, O to A means constant slope. Here in constant slope, it means, see here very carefully, here 0 to suppose this is time t and here is velocity 2, so slope is here v minus 0, change in velocity by change in time. We can write delta v by delta t is equal to v by t. It denotes acceleration. In time displacement graph, displacement time graph, the slope determines velocity, and velocity time curve, the slope determines acceleration. Be careful. Velocity time curve, the slope of this curve determines acceleration. Here in this case, uniform acceleration. Straight line speaks uniform acceleration. If it is curved line between O to A, in velocity time curve means slope, it means variable slope. Emphasize that, variable acceleration. So be careful. Here in case, then we can say that, then we will summarize about velocity time axis is straight line parallel to the time axis denotes uniform velocity, and area of shaded portion represents displacement. If the graph is obtained in this way, see carefully, the various slope is given, various things are given here. So in that condition, the area of total determines displacement. If it is upward positive, downward negative, in case of displacement, it is done by this way, algebraic way, and when we are going to calculate distance, normally we add all the area, whereas on same axis, slope determines acceleration. The nature of slope determines whether this acceleration is uniform or variable. In case of variable acceleration, we are just like this calculating here instantaneous acceleration. It is change in v under change in time. So instantaneous acceleration is equal to change in velocity by change in time. This is limit delta t tends to 0, delta v by delta t. This is determines dv by dt. So acceleration instantaneous is dv by dt by this formula. It must be clear to everybody. Now we want to see the relative velocity. See the concept of relative velocity. This is very important. See very carefully the concept of relative velocity. Before understanding the relative velocity, first of all understand the meaning of word relative. Relative means comparison. A correlation between two. Comparison. First of all, let object A moving with velocity v1 relative to Earth, and another body B moving with velocity v2 relative to. It means two body we have A and B moving with velocity v1 and v2. Both velocity are relative to Earth. It's clear to you. Now see very carefully. Here in this case, if we are going to calculate, want to see velocity of A relative to B, velocity of A v1 relative to relative to B means v2. It's normally represented by v1 minus v2. It means v1 and v2 are relative velocity of two separate bodies A and B relative to Earth. But if you want to know the velocity of A with respect to B, it can be also written as VAB. This is equal to V1 to we may also write. It is equal to the differences in both velocity. Whereas when we are going to calculate velocity of B relative to A, then it can be written as VBA, or velocity 21 is equal to V2 minus V1. Now see, equation 1 speaks. When we see this is V1 is equal to, when it will come this side, it is V2 plus V12. See carefully. We can make one concept by it. If we are by this concept, we are able to draw conclusion. What is this conclusion? The conclusion is velocity of A with respect to Earth कितना है v1. Velocity of A with respect to Earth is v1. It is equal to sum है, vector sum. Vector sum of किसका? Vector sum of velocity of B relative to earth plus and we have vector sum. If we speaks, then sum is already there. Velocity of second object, which is a B, relative to earth, and relative velocity of A with respect to B. We can make this conclusion. See very carefully the all fundas. See the concept. Wherever you face a problem, please rewind and see again. We will complete this part in one more lecture. In the last lecture, you will see the uniform accelerated motion, their formulas and applications. So be careful and happy you. Thank you.